I'd like to discuss with you today a subject that's dear to me. Imagine yourself in a mosquito-infested jungle, surrounded by a solid of tangled wreckage and helicopter parts. I've assisted with many helicopter accident investigations, and I'm here today to inform you of an organization that I was proud to have participated in. One that was born of the requirement to improve statistics and reduce helicopter accidents. This organization is known as the IHST, or the International Helicopter Safety Team. Now let me provide you some additional details. It was noted that helicopter accident trends over the years had not improved, and the helicopter industry recognized the fact that a greater proactive effort was required to improve these statistics. So in September of 2005, the industry hosted the first International Helicopter Safety Symposium with the participation of over 250 experts from around the world. During this meeting, the IHST, or the International Helicopter Safety Team, was born, and they established their mission, which was to develop partnerships with countries having large helicopter fleets and reliable accident databases. Their vision was to lead an international effort to address the issues at hand and to reduce helicopter accidents by 80% over the next 10 years. Pretty ambitious. Now let's talk about the structure. The IHST is structured into three major formats. First, the Executive Committee, which is responsible for leadership and executive oversight. Second is the Joint Helicopter Safety Analysis Team, or the JSAT, which analyzes data extracted from reliable accident databases and recommends implementations to reduce accident risk. And these teams consist of varied disciplines, those being engineers, pilots, investigators, regulatory agencies, airframe and engine experts, and of course, personnel experienced in helicopter safety research. My involvement as a working member was as a JSAT member, where we would gather at regular intervals, and for 2 or 3 days we would sit and decipher helicopter accident reports, annotating all and any contributing factors. These factors would later be weighted and pumped into a database, which in the end of the process resulted in some pretty telling statistics, which the JSAT utilized to develop their list of recommended interventions. The third function was the JSIT, or the Joint Helicopter Safety Implementation Team, which reviewed the recommendations provided and were responsible for the implementation with the regulatory agencies, the manufacturers, and the operators. Now let's discuss some of our accomplishments. As of today, our international partnership includes Australia, Brazil, Canada, the European Union, India, Middle East, and of course the US of A. Now the JSAT figures today have determined that up to 85% of all accidents can be traced back to having some human error involved. Mind you, mechanical failures are relatively infrequent. Also, during the years 2000-2005, helicopter accidents averaged 9.4 per 100,000 flight hours. But the data that we extracted and investigated in 2008 already revealed a reduction of 32%, telling us that we're on the path to success. And of course, at Heli Expo in 2010, all the presidents of the major helicopter manufacturers fully endorsed the IHST safety recommendations. Now, as described earlier, an accident scene is not a pretty sight, and we needed to do something to reduce these events. We also observed that the industry recognized the fact that something had to be done, and they were all able to come together in the form of the IHST. The IHST was also able to develop means to analyze accident reports and identify the risk factors, which I was able to participate in. The IHST now has data-driven recommendations to implement preventive safety measures. And of course, the goal to reduce helicopter accidents by 80% by the year 2016, although very ambitious, we now know is not a mission impossible. I thank you for coming out and listening to me this afternoon. And until our next encounter, please fly safe. Thank you and have a safe trip home.